And, the Warriors are cooking. And by the way, Kuminga's all banged up. Wait till he comes back. I'm just saying, you've been poo-pooing Steph Curry forever. I've been hearing this forever, the disrespect. But here's Steph Curry, 37 in a week. It was not that long ago that Steph Curry, who had 28 last night, games all close to tied, 6.5 to go, come back off the bench. They go on 11-0 run, the Warriors, put it away in New York. But it wasn't that long ago. He was in the finals against Boston, and I was being told, make that lecture, that he had to win finals MVP to finally justify his greatness. Dude has 32 assists in the last 3 games, 12-1 at the Garden. They finally got him a legitimate star, and every time he's had one, Clay in his prime or KD, he wins titles. His legacy's amazing. Titles before KD. 2 titles with KD. Title after KD with an older Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins. And right now, since Jimmy Butler arrived, who leads the NBA in plus-minus? Steph Curry. But he's had doubters, the SMH crowd, the shake my head crowd. Y'all fall in love with your IG reels and your YouTube highlights and your hops and your handles. I like IQ and EQ and maturity and great off the ball and great with the ball. And he's strangely nuanced, that he's flashy yet nuanced and can be like almost on the edge of out of control, but always dependable in the clutch. He is a culture builder. Y'all loved James Harden for years. All I heard about is James Harden. James Harden was in the same draft as Steph Curry. How relevant is James Harden today? Oh, John Wall. Oh, he's a bullet. He was the first draft after Steph Curry. He's out of the league. How about Derrick Rose? Good God, it was just a volcano of Derrick Rose love for a decade. He was a draft before Steph Curry. Where's he? Oh, he's out of the league too. No disrespect. I mean, Harden can play. Derrick Rose, John Wall, they got game. I mean, there were 2 point guards drafted before Curry in the draft, Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. One couldn't shoot, one could barely play. It's been disrespect from draft night on. It's incredible, the disrespect. He had to be a finals MVP, right? To justify he's in, all-time great stuff. All-time great stuff. I mean, there's an argument, and I don't think it's wrong in today's basketball world. He's the point guard starting on the best starting 5 of all time. There's only one argument. It's Magic. It's Magic or Curry. Best 2 guys with the ball ever in their hands, point guard. I mean, there's only a few certainties in the NBA all-time team. Michael's on it, LeBron's on it. We can argue about everything else. And one of the arguments is, think how great Magic Johnson was. There's an argument in today's NBA, Magic, got to be able to shoot the 3, would still be good, but the league is more athletic. Steph Curry is just really rare. Disrespected, underappreciated superstar. I'm not even sure if there's another one in sports. I mean, because we all love and respect Josh Allen. Maybe Lamar Jackson kind of falls into that category where he's one of the greatest players of all time and still doesn't get the love. But, I mean, Curry, think about this. Great knows great. There's an old saying about management. A's, people who are secure in themselves, A's hire A's. B's, insecure, hire C's. Go ask the great player. Who did LeBron James go after before he landed Luka? For 2 years, he was trying to lure Steph Curry to be a Laker or he be a Warrior. And you go to the Olympics, when it's all alphas. Jason Tatum had 2 points in the gold medal game. Who had 4 threes in the final 3 minutes? Who did the stars rely on? Who did the stars go, hey, get it to Steph. Let's bring in the closer. I mean, last night, game's close late. Here comes Steph, 11-0 run. Bad ankle, back-to-backs, on the road. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'll say this. Finally, that show that, J-Mac doesn't like, refuses to watch, wink, wink, finally, Shaq delivered the truth last night.
I demand you fans to start putting Steph Curry in that greatest of all time conversation. I played against Mike, played with Kobe, played against and with LeBron. They're all great. But at some point, we're going to have to put Steph Curry in that category. I'm not saying he is, but let's just have the conversation.
That's right. That's right. Let's just have the conversation. I mean, it's unbelievable. A basketball team in Minnesota took 2 guards in front of him. Anytime he's had a legitimate number 2, Klay Thompson in his prime was arguably the best, no, not even arguably. He was the best catch and shooter player in the league. So Klay in his prime's a Hall of Famer. Titles. And then he gets KD, couple titles. And then he gets Klay's out of his prime. They give him Andrew Wiggins, who's talented, but you can't really trust him in a big spot. Title. And right now, you start looking at these games, you start looking at the way this team is built. Kuminga's banged up, that ankle coming back. I'm just saying, every single time you've given him a legitimate dude, he explodes. Dude's got 32 assists. And what's amazing about Steph is that for as often as he has the ball and is the centerpiece, he's remarkably unselfish. I mean, for a guy that's so great with the ball, he's arguably the best player in the league off ball. I mean, there's all the sorts of nuance to his game beyond the obvious stuff, beyond the, damn, he's a good dude. Plays with anybody. I mean, it's just very rare. I mean, LeBron's got this quality. Magic did as well. So good with the ball, but also great off the ball. Finally, LeBron now is getting a little off the ball love. But I'm glad Shaq said it, because I just think he's been so disrespected. Had to beat Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the final to justify his greatness. I mean, come on now. What are you watching the games? So this is a big deal. So sometimes I get on tangents, and I'm not talking for a show or a week. I'm talking for 6 years. I have been on a tangent for about 6 years, and I know it's irritating. But offensive lines are really important. The final 4 teams this year in the NFL all had top 10 offensive lines. The top 7 graded offensive lines in the NFL this year all made the playoffs. 7 for 7. All made the playoffs. The Chicago Bears had a defensive coach, and the offensive line kept getting worse. Ben Johnson gets hired by the Bears. And I know last year the Bears were doing stuff with wide receivers and, front page of the